Why do I have students type their writings during the password portion of a unit? Number one, my students have terrible handwriting. Not all of them, but enough of them that it's just not worth my time. I do have students write them on paper before I have them type, and I do tell my students this caveat. Whatever you type should look exactly like what's written on the paper that I signed off on. So when they're doing their writing, I have students answer the question part of the writing first, get feedback, and get their answers checked. Now, when I say checked, I'm not like correcting sentences, but I am giving them reminders like who's the person answering the question? When you talk about yourself, what should go at the end of your verb? Those kinds of things so that their writing is a little more accurate before they synthesize. They use that bottom part of the writing sheet to synthesize those question answers into a singular paragraph. And that's important because that singular paragraph is what you want the structure to be in when they turn in that writing. I have mine turn them in on Google Slides. You will find a Google Slides template linked in your folder. That template you can just make a copy of and post it for your students. You do have to give everyone can edit access. And I have personally never had a problem. I just tell my students, you're responsible for the information that is on your number slide. And if you mess with anybody else's slides, then you're going to be accountable for that. And I've not had any issues. I think the less big of a deal you make out of it, the less issue you're going to have. I do it on Google Slides per class. So I do one of those slideshows for each class so that I can then go in and quickly edit. When I say quickly edit, the first thing I do is tools, spell check, and have it go through. I tell my students when they turn it in, it should have squiggly lines on it because it should look exactly like what's on their paper, and their paper's probably not perfect. So I expect those squiggly lines. So I spell check real quick, and then I just read through. I usually read through like 5 or 10 and make any edits that I need to so that I have those ready to go to reuse for the next day's activities, because you are going to reuse the writing that your students do for the listening activity and the reading gallery walk activity. So it's going to be important that you have a handful of these that are edited and ready to go. Personally, I like to do the writing activity on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then I have Friday to do something different. You could switch up the order of the lesson plans so that I have the weekend to be ready to have those activities to reuse the writings that they did. If you have questions about writing, please reach out. I hope that this is helpful.